Wow. This is round 2. I'm going to show round 2 results. Then I'm going to show the matchups for round 3. I'm going to do a breakdown of the games for rounds 3. And then later on this week, probably tomorrow, so I'm going to reveal the games for round 4. So basically, we had 114 people that walked into the playoffs. Went from 114 to 64 going into Sunday, and now we're from 64 to the final 32. First of all, if you're in the final 32, congratulations. You are a one step closer to becoming a part of history and becoming champion of this tournament for 13 years and running. Tyson, your king, is here, still the defending champ, or one half defending champ, because there were 2 champions last year. First time ever, and won't ever be again. But Tyson still the one half of the defending champion, and he's still making his title push to trying to become only the second person in tournament history to become a multiple champion. We've only had one other person, and that's Shane Powers, which he's actually still in the dance right now. I think he's facing Donald Dayton actually this next round. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and show the results. So let's go ahead and get this. Let's get this going. All right, round 2. Pedro won against Denzel 4-1. J Love defeated Faye 3-2. Mr. Rand defeated Xenon 4-1. Tyson defeated Cedric 4-1. Steven Strovine defeated Stario 4-1. Kingbird over JoJo 4-1. Dayton over. Did I lose him? Oh, over Aries Hunt 4-1. Corey Pollard defeats Winder 4-1. Thesis defeats Eddie 4-1. Pats for Life defeats Jacob 3-2. Berger defeats Austin Welch 3-2. S. Rodman defeats Ben Powell 4-1. Corwin's the only higher seed that lost. He unfortunately picked the Bengals. I don't know why he picked the Bengals, but he should have won that series. But Vanessa is now the lowest seed remaining in the bracket or in the dance. Peter Willis lost 5-0. He's one of 3 people who got swept. Byron won 4-1 over A-Train. Zane defeated Julius 4-1. R.C. Gray defeated Bruce 4-1. Boss Dog defeated Monty 3-2, so Boss Dog's in the next round. He'll be facing J Love. King defeated Dustin Jones 5-0. Kyle defeated Seattle 5-6-6-8 4-1. Donald Ciro swept Clayton 5-0. Cameron lost 4-1 to Megatron. Ferris beat Tanya 4-1. VG Freak defeated Rodney 3-2. Brazzy B defeated James Linquist 4-1. Justin Kelm defeated Eagles Fan for Life 4-1. Michael Rand defeated Dante 3-2. Justin O defeated Francis 4-1. Shane Powers defeated Aaron 3-2. Keller defeated Rick C 4-1. Marquet defeated Jose 3-2, and Danny G defeated Robert Smith 3-2. So now let's go ahead, go to round 3 at Microsoft Excel. All right, so kicking it off, it's Pedro versus Vanessa, the field of 32. J Love versus the Boss Dog. Mr. Ram versus Megatron. Tyson, your king, is here versus Marquet. She's only one of 2 women left in the tournament. Steven Strovine versus Danny G. Kingbird versus Bob Keller. So it's Ravens Red Zone versus the Dirty Bird Nation. Donald Dayton versus Powers. That's a Bengals Patriots preview because Shane Powers is a Patriots fan. Corey Pollard versus Justin O. Thesis versus Michael Rand. Which Thesis is a Cowboys fan. Thesis is an Eagles fan. Michael Rand's a Cowboys fan. So you got a little Eagles-Cowboys matchup. Pats for Life versus Justin Kelm. Matthew Steven Berger versus Brazzy. S. Rodman versus the VG Freak. AFC Miami East versus Ferris Muhammad. So it's Dallas versus Miami in the house. Byron versus DJ's Hero. So you got a New England Patriots versus Buffalo's Bills in the house. Zane versus Kyle Del Soto. R.C. Grave versus Matt King. If you're a higher seed, you will be picking only 3 out of the 5 for round 3 that takes place Friday, January 9th and Saturday, January 10th. Here are the 5 games. If you're a higher seed, your name's highlighted in red, and you're only going to get to pick 3 out of the 5. And then whatever's left, your opponent picks the other 2. So the games are on Friday. You got Chicago Bulls at Washington Wizards, Phoenix Suns at the San Antonio Spurs. And yes, I will do my scoreboard watch on my Facebook, so you guys will know the score at all times. So you guys have the, you'll know the up-to-date scores. Then three games on Saturday. Game 3, Dallas Mavericks at the Clippers. Game 4, Baltimore Ravens at New England. And Game 5, Carolina at Seattle. Remember, the higher seeds only pick 3 out of the 5, and the lower seed gets to pick 2. So some of these guys are already doing their picks. So now everybody in the final 32 gets a say-so. Of course, some people ask me, or I only really had like 2 or 3 people ask me, like, why didn't you do this in the earlier rounds? Well, first of all, 114 people is a lot of people to hunt down. So imagine I'm having to get 3 picks from somebody, then get 2 picks from somebody else. And then I have to do this the entire round. I mean, I have to do this for 114 people with only about maybe less than 24 hours to do that. It was impossible. Plus, I wanted to give more prestige to the people with the higher seeds because, if you left it to where you busted your ass all year to get the #1 spot or even a top 15 or top 20 pick or a top 30, then all of a sudden, you only get 1 more pick than your opponent who's way at the bottom. Like, you see what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. There's no prestige to that. So with that being said, I felt it was more fair that if you busted your ass and you're at the top, you should be able to pick more games. Like way more games than a 3-2 format. So and then the second round, I was going to do 3-2, but the problem was there was only 1 day in between each round. So I said, well, I'm just going to do a 5 split where basically the higher seed gets to pick all 5 games, and whatever team you pick, your opponent gets the opposite. Either way, you still get 5 chances to win. I know whoever picks gets first dibs at winning, but if you're the higher seed and you bust your ass all year to get to that position, I think it makes more sense. I mean, imagine if you're a number 15 seed and you get knocked out by 114 because you only got to pick 3 out of 5 and your opponent got to pick 2. That's not really fair. Now, if you got to pick 5 games and you lost, all those games, then that's on you. And in Megatron's case, and in a couple other people's case, I think there's actually Megatron, Boss Dog, and Vanessa, they actually didn't get to pick any games for 2 rounds straight, and they ended up making it to the final 32. So if you made it to this point, 32 people is a little bit more manageable. I can be able to hunt them down and say, hey, you guys give me 3 picks, the other 2 guys give me 2 picks. Either way, you get 5 picks. So it's a little bit more easier at this point for me to be able to micromanage it. But not when it's 114 or 64. That's way too many people to hunt down. There may be even some people that may not even be able to get their picks in time because if this person doesn't make their picks, then the other guy can't do it. You see what I'm saying? And with 114, that's impossible. There's no other way I could have done it. But anyways, we're down to the final 32. I'm going to make a video later this week to kind of give you a chance to know your competitors. I'm going to give you a chance to get to know Pedro, Vanessa, J-Love, Boss Dog, all that. I'm going to briefly show like a little bit of their profile, just a couple pictures, none of their personal info, but just like a couple pictures so you can kind of see who they are. Real cool cats, you know what I'm saying? But my favorite matchups, I guess, of this matchup, of this round, I'd have to say it is Byron versus DJ Heroes, because you got Buffalo's Heroes versus Byron in the first round. I mean, in the third round. A Buffalo-New England matchup. I think that's very intriguing for my tournament. Then you got Faris Muhammad at AFC Miami East. And you got Miami and you got Dallas in the house. Then you got the other matchup I liked was Bob Keller and Kingbird, because you got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Atlanta Falcons. These guys know each other real well. So see, this playoffs is all about creating those rivalries, and this will be talked about for years, at least until next season. So it's kind of cool that, you're matched up against somebody you know personally. I don't know if Danny G knows Steven Strovine. Steven Strovine's a Pittsburgh vidmaker. Danny, if you need his video, I'll send it to you. His YouTube channel, you can sub to him. But that's another TTC member is going heads up. Then Tyson's the defending champion. He's number 4. Last year he was 21 and won the whole thing. So it's going to be a fun year. This is going to be a really fun year, and I'm looking very forward to seeing who's going to be the new champion this year. Will Tyson win back-to-back championships, or will we have somebody else? Will we have somebody else? That remains to be seen. We do have Shane Powers who's in the dance, and he's going against Donald Dayton in this round. And Shane Powers has won 2 championships. He's had 3 Super Bowl appearances, so he's had championship experience. Mr. Rand's never won a title. He's had multiple first place finishes, and he's also went to the championship one time. He's currently number 3 on the bracket. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the bracket one more time. It's on my Facebook, but Pedro against Vanessa, J Love versus the Boss Dog, Mr. Rand versus Megatron. Damn, sweetheart, you're going to have to wait. God damn it. Tyson versus Marquet, Steven Strovian versus Danny G, Kingbird versus Keller, Dayton versus Shane, Corey versus Justin O, Thesis versus Michael Rand, Paths for Life versus Justin Kelm, Matthew Stevenberger versus Brazzy B. He's a Carolina and a game. I think he's a South Carolina Gamecocks Vidmaker at Clemson. It's one of the two. S. Rodman and VG Freak, AFC Miami East versus Faris Muhammad, Byron versus DJ Heroes, Zane versus Kyle, RC Grave versus King. And just a reminder that for you higher seeds, I only want 3 of the games now. You don't get to pick all 5, and then your opponent gets to pick the final 2, and it's whatever 3 you want, and your opponent gets to pick the other 2. It's simple logic. So Pats for Life, if you're watching this vid, just make your 3 picks. Your opponent's going to make his other 2, and then I'll send you your other 2 teams. So either way, you're still going to get 5 games no matter what. But these are the games. Bulls at Wizards, Suns at Spurs. Those are Friday games. Saturday games, Mavericks at Clippers, Ravens at Patriots, and Panthers at Seahawks. And then round 4 begins Sunday. So we're going to break 2 more rounds down this week. So I hope you guys, again, if you're in the dance right now, you have an opportunity to win. You have an opportunity to go for that brass nut, to go for that gold. So who has what it takes to win this tournament? Who has what it takes to grab this tournament by the balls and clinch it? Because remember, this tournament started with 136 people. 136 people have entered this tournament. And now we're down to 32. That means we lost 104 people. So there's no looking back. There's no looking back in the rearview window. At this point, your focal point is to drive the course. And everybody at this point, except for the exception of the people who have buys, most of the people, I think, 13 people had buys. The other 19 people who are at this point have beaten 2 people to get here. We got 7 rounds, and we're just getting started. We're just in round 3. We got 7 rounds. You know how many rounds? That's a lot of rounds. 7 motherfucking rounds. And we're just barely at number 3. We're not even halfway done yet. But anyways, we got 2 women left in the tournament. 17 TTC members. We got 2 champions on the board, still on the board in this, that can add another ring to their trophy, that trophy case. Mr. Rand, multiple Super Bowl appearances. Pedro, multiple #1 championship appearances. He's never been to the Super Bowl, but he's been in the Final Four twice, I believe. And then we got some new names. We got Donald Ciro, Faris Muhammad, VG Master Freak, Brazzy B, Matt King, RC Grave. We got a bunch of guys who have knowledge of the game. S. Rodman, I forgot to mention him. AFC Miami East, Burger, Paths for Life, New Blood, Thesis. No, Thesis was in last year. That's right, he was in last year. Then you got Kingbird versus Keller, which is one of my top 3 favorite matchups of this round. So this is going to be a fun week this week. And I think once you guys get down to the Sweet 16, man, it's just that finish line is going to get closer and closer and closer. So who has what it takes to win a championship this year? 2015 in this bitch. Who has what it takes? The lowest seed ever to win was 21, 28, and 44. We got how many numbers under 44? VG Freak 46, Brazzy 48, Justin Kelm 49, Michael Rand 51, Justin O 53, Shane 54, Keller 55, 61 Danny G, 63 Marquet, 84 Megatron, 89 Boss Dog, 97 Vanessa's. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we got 11 people under 44 that still have a chance to win this championship. So the odds are stacked against them, but it can be accomplished. So who's going to win that brass knuck? Who's going to take home that championship? Final 32. Anyways, I said everything I had to say. I showed you the review. I went over everything. You guys should pretty much get the hint of how things are going to be from this point on forward. And we got 2 rounds this week. One on Saturday, well, Friday, Saturday, and the next one on Sunday. There's going to be 2 NFL games, and then I think 2 NBA games, and then Monday's a tiebreaker with the national championship game, Ohio State versus Oregon. And that's going to be something to look forward to, guys. Another college game in the mix. So with that being said, I wish you guys the best of luck for these next 2 rounds. But unfortunately, we're going to go from 32 to 16 and 16 to 8. So after Monday, for sure after Monday night, we're only going to have 8 people left. Going into the NFC-AFC Championship game, which that round is going to be the best of 5 as well. NFC, AFC, 3 NBA games. And then we're down to the Final Four. It's going to go in the Pro Bowl. Probably a Pro Bowl, 2 NFL, NBA games. And the Super Bowl, the best 3 as well. Super Bowl, 2 NBA games. But anyways, Stephen Rose signing out. Good luck to you guys this week. Good luck on your picks. Take your time to go study them. Do what you got to do. Let's do this.